always had a lot of respect for people who can literally make words jump off the page. I remember I read the lyrics to the song Cold by Adam Levine and Maroon 5 before I had actually heard the song. And I remember reading the lyrics, cold enough to chill my bones. It feels like I don't know you anymore. And I remember wondering, I wonder how Adam Levine is going to really make these words come to life. I wonder how he's going to, use this like smooth ability of his to really make them come alive. And when I heard the song, I was like, wow, that's so different. I wasn't expecting that at all. But I remember being really impressed with it. And if you just look at, actors and actresses, Tom Cruise, he uses inflection. And like I said, really just makes the words believable and come to life. Like he's not reading lines. It's not something that he memorized. It's just coming off the top of his head. And they make it look so easy, don't they? They make it look so natural. And that's why, these singers and these, actors, really just, I want them to know that talent is special and it's meaningful in a society where, I feel like people dismiss, music and, entertainment or whatever as just so incredibly competitive. So why try? I wanted to make this video for those people out there and let you know, don't be afraid to pursue your dreams because you never know, you just might have universal energies on your side. So the first thing I want you guys to do is compare yourself to me. If you don't think your talent is a big deal, or you think, awesome musicians, singers, actors, actresses are a dime a dozen, and it's an impacted industry, well, compare yourself to me. Because I was a screenwriting major at Loyola Marymount University, and while I just wanted to write, I was forced to take cinematography, film production, editing, cried my way through that course, and acting. And so my parents were invited to my final performance of acting, and when I was done, I said, so how did I do? What'd you guys think? And they both kind of exchanged glances, looked at me and said, that was great, Chrissy. Anyway, let's go. So, just to let you guys know, I can't act at all. All I wanted to do was write, and I was forced to act. I actually took acting in high school and college, and I was just never any good at it. I don't know, I just have a lot of respect for people with that talent, because I just do not have it. So, I want you guys to view the talent that you guys do have as being special. And something that needs to be honored and recognized and fostered within yourself. I want you guys to see it as a seed that you need to water in order for it to grow. Because I don't have that seed, I'll tell you that. But I'm sure I could always take classes and try to improve, and I'm sure I would improve, but if you've got it, you've got it. You guys know when you're watching a movie and you see this actor or actress just going off on a monologue and maybe they're crying or they're yelling or, whatever, being really emphatic. You know when you're witnessing a special moment where it's like, wow, that was Oscar worthy, or, just playing a character so challenging that they're really working those acting muscles. And that's when you sit there and you say, that's awesome. That's awesome. Like watching them in action is just breathtaking sometimes. So that was the first thing I wanted you guys to do, is compare yourself to me. Don't take your ability for granted. And a lot of times the universe will show you this. They'll bring people, if you're having doubts about your ability, they'll bring people onto your path to kind of show you, hey, your gift is special. Not everybody has this. So a lot of times the universe will try to differentiate you from the pack so that you don't just feel lost. And one of the reasons why they do that is because they are trying to counteract the haters. If you've got a dream, you got to protect it. Why? Because the haters are going to show up and think you're audacious, and they're going to hate your confidence, because when you get too high, they're going to knock you down. It's what they do. It's what haters do. They're just jealous. So just remember that you are special and you owe it to yourself to pursue this path. And also just remember that the haters are speaking for the dark. So are they really worth your time? Not really. Go towards the light. Just let them do their thing. They have free will. They can say whatever they want, but they're only attracting darkness to themselves. Another thing you have to deal with is, of course, overcoming fear. Fear of failure, your ego checking in because you're embarrassed. Your loved ones are going to be really concerned about you failing because they're going to be afraid of you starving. That's also fear. That's also the dark. So it's also a way for them to control you. So don't let that get to you either. They'll say things like, do you know how much competition is out there? Well, sit there and think about, what are your motives? What are your motives for pursuing this path? Ego, money, fame? Or are your motives pure? Is this your heart-focused work and genuinely what you're supposed to be doing with your life? And if it is your life purpose, it means it's your truth, and the truth is the light. So if the truth is the light, you trigger the law of attraction in a good way, because the law of attraction can be your best friend or worst enemy. So if you trigger the law of attraction in a good way, guess what you have? You have the support of universal energies. And that's when you need to start commanding them. Asking for what you want and need. What's your ideal role? Who are your ideal people to work with? Where do you truly feel like you could shine? Drama, comedy, whatever. What do you want to do? Be clear on what your goals are and your desires and what you want to do. And the universe will rise up to support you. You will be in the flow. The stars will align for you. And when you guys are on an audition, I want you to look to your left and look to your right. Because the people on either side of you may not have pure intentions. They might be there for the money, fame, and ego. You don't know. In which case, you have a home team advantage because you have universal energies on your side because you have pure intentions. They don't. Now, I understand people rise to power all the time who, do not have pure intentions. I understand that, and they still end up somewhere. But it doesn't matter. They've gotten used to a way of life that is a fish swimming upstream. Those people don't know what it means to have universal energies working in their favor. They have no clue. I have people in my life that I just sit there and I'm like, oh my gosh, your life is just obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. Jeez. There's a reason for that. Gotta be aligned with truth. Life could be better. They've just gotten used to this level of existence to where they don't realize what it means to have the support of universal energies, where you are a fish swimming with the current. It's very nice, I must say. And another thing is universal energies, the other side, the divine, angels, etc., are going to ask you to meet them halfway, to help me help you. And how are you going to do that? You're going to do that through hard work. You're not supposed to just sit on the couch, You're supposed to get off the couch and do your part. So meet them halfway. And not only is that going to involve you shining your light and putting yourself out there and getting that exposure so that the other side can help you light the match, but it also entails you honing your craft, taking classes, taking those acting classes, the singing classes, the dancing classes to make yourself marketable. So water that seed. Be the best you can be. Because all you're doing is competing against yourself. So set goals for yourself and take yourself to the next level. Practice memorizing, because you're going to be doing a lot of memorizing. So practice memorizing so that it just comes natural for you. Your brain just remembers it. That's another part of your life purpose. If it's your life purpose to be an actor or an actress, you're going to be good at memorizing. Singers have to memorize. So that's going to be part of the natural talent that you have. It's part of the recipe. And another thing is, by taking classes, you send a message to the universe that you're serious. And it's saying, I'm willing to do my part. I want to work. And people are watching you, just so you know. People are watching you take these classes. They are. So you are sending a message to them, letting them know, okay, I'm willing to do my part and I am serious about this. I'm not just sitting here twiddling my thumbs and just fantasizing. You're putting action behind it, okay? That stirs up energy, so you know. It stirs up energy in a good way. Another thing to make universal energies work for you is you need to have optimism. And like I've said before, easier said than done. I've struggled with being optimistic about the future myself because, I've had issues with my life purpose where I'm like, screw optimism, screw the world. But this is so important, and I want you to play around with the law of attraction. Try to be optimistic for a day, see how you feel, and then don't, see how you feel. Makes a pretty big difference, you guys. And if the other side is poking you about optimism, they'll often show you the number 55, which means, hey, your thoughts are important. You are manifesting your thoughts. We need you to keep them positive. And they know it's hard, but it's a mental self-discipline. It's just a mental self-discipline. Live a conscious life. Just be more aware of it. Try to stay positive and optimistic about the future, because then those positive thoughts manifest. They don't want you sitting there thinking negatively or being fearful, because then those fears can manifest. Like I said, the law of attraction can be your best friend or worst enemy. So make it work for you. That's what they're encouraging you to do. Make it work for you. So, yeah. Just, like I said, play with it. Play with the law of attraction. Another thing, like I said, that I bring up in every video that we can't forget in this one is this is all an act of self-love, by the way. Because what are you doing? You're being true to yourself. This is your truth, but you're showing your self-love by pursuing your God-given gifts and talents. So this is honoring yourself. So it is a form of self-love. And that's another reason why the haters are going to come after you, because self-love is the highest virtue and it's also the most challenging. So yeah, the haters are going to come after you. It's what they do. When they see self-love, it's like, get them. I don't know. I don't know what it is about self-love that just triggers that in people. You tell people you spent the day at the spa and they're like, Instead of being happy for you, they just hate your guts, or it's like, must be nice, bitter, resentful, whatever. So, yeah. Honor your gifts. Come from self-love. Because they don't want you compromising. And if you do feel like you're compromising, that's when you say, universe, I reject this reality. Bring me something better. And they will, because that's also an act of self-love. And then, of course, gratitude is also really important. When you have people and opportunities coming onto your path and things aligning for you, make sure you show gratitude for that. And also pay close attention, because if you start getting signs or whatever, or things start going in your direction, make sure you're paying attention, because subtle things might be happening for you that you're not aware of. So try to be a little more alert with what's going on around you and just the signs the universe is sending you. If you feel compelled to go to that coffee shop or whatever, maybe you end up talking to somebody who has connections. You never know, right? But yeah, they're really big on you guys being more conscious of what's going on and keeping your eyes and ears open. Another thing that they're really big on is you guys developing your intuition for personal use. And so that your angels can guide you. So that your angels can guide you every day. So developing your intuition for personal use is going to be important. And another thing that they wanted me to bring up is that I was talking to somebody a while back who was in college, and they decided to change their major from theater to accounting. And it was a really interesting conversation we had about the law of attraction, because he specifically said everything was going my way when I was majoring in theater, and when I was majoring in accounting, nothing was going my way. He said it was night and day. And I said, yeah, you backed away from truth. And I said, why did you do it? He just said, fear. I wanted something more practical. I wanted to switch to something more practical. Fear. And I said, okay, well, that shows a lack of confidence in your own abilities, a lack of self-love, lack of honoring yourself, and veering away from truth, because theater was his truth. So, decided to go back to theater. But he had a pretty big crash course in the law of attraction there. Luckily, he learned from it. I wish I was that smart when I was in school, when I was in college, because back then, I didn't know. I didn't even believe in the law of attraction. I didn't know any of this stuff. So good for him at being aware of the law of attraction at such a young age. So follow your passion and allow the universe to help you, because if it's your truth, you will be holding God's hand the entire time, because the truth is the light. So allow God to help you in pursuing yours so that you can bring financial abundance, happiness, spiritual fulfillment, attract your soulmate to yourself, and be truly happy in this world. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.